Here comes a new challenger!
Hello there everyone and welcome to the Piranha Plant analysis, and in this one we're just going to be covering Piranha Plant's weaknesses and strengths as per usual, and we're using a different stage this time because small battlefield, well, I've been using it so much. Let's move on. So with Piranha Plant, let's start off with strengths. In terms of strengths, for individual moves, he does have a 3-hit jab, which is nice because the 3rd hit jab at higher percents will knock you down. You can go for a jab lock, a combo here and there, right? Down tilt is a nice combo starter at like 20 to 30, right? So it's nice to have that sort of jab. It's also a frame 2 jab, which is nice. It's quick. And what else? He's got strong upward moves. The plant has strong upward moves. So up tilt has invulnerability. It acts as an anti-air. Up smash has invulnerability, however, it's mainly when it's launching up and not when the actual hitbox is out, but still pretty good, again, as an anti-air. Alright, up air, it kind of sucks a little bit because of how bad the hitbox can be. Like, you have to be really low to the ground to get anything off of this. But you know, I mean, if you get it, you can go crazy, and I think the back hit's like even worse. So the only way you're really gonna combo this is if you're like right in the center, but as you can see, I'm trying, but it's not landing. Really, you're only really gonna get this off of like a down throw, so just be wary about that. When it comes to specials, this is really good, and this is good at catching people and for edge guarding, you know, without really needing to edge guard. And you do have invulnerability on the head. Difference between invulnerability and invincibility, by the way: invulnerability means it goes through, invincibility means it hits but it actually doesn't do anything, right? So just so you know the differences between the two. Moving along, this move kind of sucks. I mean, it's just a stationary move, and it's only really good for one of two things: a really good shield break punish, because if you break shields, that's a lot of damage, and especially at higher percents. Obviously, you can go for a kill with up throw or up smash. So like, let's say around 60. Right, so that's pretty nice, pretty strong all around. And this character can get shield breaks. There's even a specific tech where if you land with the patui in a specific way, all right, I didn't practice it, but it's essentially where it will go right through the mouth. It will literally land right next to you, and you can combo it to F smash, which is really, really strong, and it breaks shields guaranteed. All right, and then there you go, you get your shield break punish. Of course, this is also one of the most telegraphed things ever, but you know, some people hold their shield, they're afraid, and then they get hit with stuff like this. So I mean, I guess it's pretty strong. In terms of up B, the distance it covers, pretty good, but obviously there's nothing protecting you from above, only to the sides, which means you can easily get spiked, you know, get hit from above, and especially if you're recovering upward, then you're gonna get hit. So that's a little bit on Piranha Plant. The other moves kind of suck. Why? Well, what are the issues with Piranha Plant? You know, let's get into the overall issues in terms of its individual moves. They're small hitboxes. They don't really have much range for the type of character which has this massive hitbox, or hurtbox rather. Like if we turn on, as you see, this is my giant hurtbox. My whole body is just this giant hurtbox that can get hit. And obviously, when Piranha Plant's in disadvantage, it's really bad for this character because you're gonna get hit a bunch, right? Characters like a heavyweight, and I also believe he's one of the easier characters to juggle. Like literally, the only thing Piranha Plant really has is Patui in disadvantage, because obviously, if you try to hit Patui, you're gonna hit yourself, right? And so obviously, except there, but for the most part, if you try going for something, you'll probably get hit yourself, even if you go for a grab and try to pummel, though in Snake's case it won't work. So Snake can actually pummel and get away with it, but for other characters they'll get hit. So the only counterplay to that is to immediately grab and then do a throw right after, because you'll be invincible. So that's how you get around that. But overall, yeah, the character kind of sucks when you're kind of near him, and when he's in disadvantage, he's in terrible disadvantage. Why? Because if we look at his like rolls, for instance, doesn't cover that much distance compared to other characters, so you'll easily, like, if say Piranha Plant tries to roll from this, like from pressure or whatever, you'll like more than likely still get hit, at least by characters with swords or whatever. So yeah, like I think like say like like F tilt will still catch Piranha Plant's roll no matter what he does. So as an example, that's basically as an example, the disadvantage portion of Piranha Plant kind of sucks when it comes to grabs. I mean, just with any character, poor grabs, right? But at least Piranha Plant can get stuff out of it, right? You got a kill throw with back throw, you got a kill throw with up throw, you got a combo throw with forward throw, and forward throw, down throw, and forward throw. It kind of just, it's just to put them in a terrible spot, but that's about it. When it comes to, but like I said, when it comes to the overall moveset, I mean, a lot of characters are jumping in the air, and your only really good aerial moves are, you know, your Nair. There, I believe it comes out frame 4, so it's not like the best out of shield option, because you still have to take into account shield drop and stuff like that. And I mean, not shield drop, but your jump squat, which is frame 3, so it basically is a frame 7 move. When trying to throw it out of shield, it's okay, but like faster moves will easily punish it. Or characters like, again, with swords, because this thing doesn't have, like, it's really good, like it has pretty decent range, but like other characters have like way bigger range. Fair. For smaller characters, this is easily going to go over their heads. For back air, kind of has a little bit of landing lag, but off stage is not good. Like if I, like let's say my opponent is trying to recover and I want to hit him with fast fall back air, I just barely live. All right, so just be forewarned, don't fast fall back air this, because you will just barely live. I don't even think this blast zone is as small as Battlefield, so I think in Battlefield you literally just will lose your stock if you try to go for an edge guard with back air. But forward air sucks too, so like what are you supposed to do? And I already showed up air earlier how wanky its hitbox is. That's because its head moves into the Z-axis, and because of that, the hitbox should hit, but because Piranha Plant moves its head towards the screen, essentially, you're never gonna get that hitbox. So be forewarned on that. Really, the only oh, I forgot to mention dash attack. Dash attack's pretty obnoxious. It's basically snake dash attack, but worse. But having snake dash attack is still pretty good. But when it comes to Piranha Plant, its main issues is short range, right? Not really good neutral. Only really good when characters try to be on top of Piranha Plant, as well shown, right? Has strong shield break punish options. Can get shield breaks, right? It's not like the easiest thing in the world, but Piranha Plant can get shield breaks even now, every now and then, so there you go. Pretty good spike. I mean, down air, you know, it's fast-ish compared to like other spiking moves, but it's like on stage it's like kind of whatever, you know. It's really just gonna start stage spiking around, I believe, 60 for most characters. I think for Snake it might actually be around like 70, but that's also if you don't get the sour spot like I am. And then there you go. So there you go, just be warned about that. I also kind of wish, just a little quick tidbit, but I kind of wish you can combo or kill with this. I know it will never happen like in a match ever, like legitimately, but I still think it'd be funny, right? Another strength of Piranha Plant is ledge trapping, because obviously you have moves like dash attack, you have moves like Patui, which are really good at just covering a jump, get up attack. Not really good at catching rolling, but again, you have other options for that. You can also use this side B to hide your projectile, whatever action you're doing, which is something I was mentioning earlier, but I think I didn't actually say it at all. You can hide. The problem with hiding though is, of course, if you do try to hide, the only move you can really hide with is Patui, and that's it. Because if you try using a smash attack or down B, for instance, there's that white glow, like that white spark, and this is also for smash attacks, just so you know. So you can kind of guess what the Piranha Plant's gonna do. Obviously, it's kind of hard to see what they're gonna do because they're masking their next attack, but still very strong. So at ledge, it's kind of like Piranha Plant's best thing about this character. You can just throw up Patui, go for dash attack, even go for a grab, and then down throw fair them. Right, so when it comes to Piranha Plant, definitely has like a really strong ledge trapping, but that's pretty much all this character really has for the most part. So yeah, terrible disadvantage like against range. Has an issue with fast characters too. Fast characters just completely destroy this character. Of course, you could always use this to try to escape, but if the opponent knows how to play around it, then obviously you're not getting much off of Patui, you know. And even still, even with using Patui, it's only like really good like if they try blocking it, for instance, because it has so much shield stun. So yeah, definitely a lot of various weaknesses and a lot of bad hitboxes. So for me personally, like, it's just that in Ultimate, because there are so many characters, a lot of characters just sort of share game plans, not share movesets, but share game plans. Like for instance, like ledge trapping, right? Let's use Snake as an example. Snake has so many options on the stage, like especially the stage's plats, right? You have C4 that covers the platform. You have up smash, which would cover neutral get up, attack, get up, and jump, and wait. And of course you have down smash, which is also really quick. So if they say like roll in, for instance, you can always catch them, right, rolling, all right, and it covers both sides, so you're easily gonna get the hit one way or another. Right, so you cover a bunch of options, all right, and makes it really hard for the opponent to do anything. But not only do you have really strong ledge trapping with Snake, but you also have really good edge guarding, essentially, with Snake, right? The thing about Piranha Plant is that Piranha Plant's edge guarding isn't really good, right, because of the small hitboxes, and the only thing you really have is Patui or down B. But down B, you could get hit for doing it, all right, because your long neck is not a disjoint. It's a hurt box. Whereas with Snake, you have this, and this is all you really need. And even I know some people say, yeah, but if you hit it, the hitbox disappears for a second. Yeah, then just drop it right after. If you drop the Nikita, I was gonna say C4. If you drop the Nikita, then the hitbox comes back. So even if you were to do that option, as long as you know that can happen, they're still gonna get hit. Whereas with Piranha Plant, let me just show this off real quick. As you can see, that green line, that really green line there, that means that if my opponent dodges my move, they could potentially hit me, and I think in some cases even spike you or whatever, or pretty much specialty. Because the thing about down B is that once you go in a direction, you can't go back. Like I'm going left, I can't go left. All right, if I went right, I choose right, and that's it. I'm stuck with right. You know, like you can do stuff like this, and there is a method to have it so you don't go off the stage, but you tilt. You still tilt. It's like this very weird pixel, and I don't know if I can get it. I'm trying my best here, but I don't think I'll get it. But let me try one more time here. It's like super precise. All right, well, but you get the gist. Because if you're too close, then obviously you will fall off. Okay, I don't know why I'm not close enough, I guess. Yeah, you know what? There you go. So if you're too close, you'll fall off. But if there's like a certain spacing to it or something to that effect where you'll still stay on stage, but you'll basically get those crazy angles. So that's nice to know at the very least. And also if you press A, it just sort of happens instantly, which is kind of funny. I don't know how much people know about this. I don't blame people for not knowing that. It's just sort of this weird thing where if you just mash A, that happens. Not like it helps. It's not a good hitbox at all, but yeah, I mean, there you go. See, it's just quick and snappy. There you go. Did you know you could do that? Did you know you could press A to do that? Guess what? I didn't until right now. I didn't know you could do that, and I was just playing it off. I'm a genius. All right, no, I'm just kidding. All right, my ego knows no bounds. But essentially, I didn't know you could do that. But I mean, not like I said, not like it's any good. It's like, why would you ever want to use this unless like you want to use the armor. This does have a heavy armor, by the way. Heavy armor is different from super armor, where heavy armor essentially has a threshold where if you beat that threshold, then the armor doesn't take effect. But if you don't beat the threshold, then obviously they have the armor. Whereas super armor, it doesn't matter what move, what damage or knockback it does, it won't go through. So just so you know. So I guess you could like kind of like try to go for a sneak, I guess. Right? I mean, you can always just let go. No need to do that, you know. But sure, if you want like the super short range down B, which I'm not getting consistently. There you go. If you want that super range, that super low range down B, I mean, I'd be my guess. I guess I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you, because obviously more range is better, and you have invulnerability, so even if they try hitting your head, they're gonna get hit. So yeah, that's nice. But overall, I think this character could use some buffs, primarily in hitboxes. I think if the hitboxes were better, this would be a better character, because like it's kind of hard to justify. Like if I were to tell you, unless you thought Piranha Plant was funny or you really like the playstyle, it's hard for me to justify to you saying, if you want to play like a ledge trapping character, I'd recommend characters like Snake, maybe, or Min, who have really good ledge trapping. Byleth has pretty decent ledge trapping, and those are way better characters than Piranha Plant. Piranha Plant has seen, you know, good results because of Brood, but Brood is like the only Piranha Plant, and a friend of mine, JD, has done really good with the character, but I think JD dropped Plant. So, but either way, Brood and JD, I mean, they're Piranha Plants that I've seen and known respectively, and you know, they can make this character work. But overall, once people start realizing the matchup, knowing how to play against it, because obviously Piranha Plant's not a very well-known character, once you kind of learn how to play around the character's gonna get hit, gonna get hurt, there's nothing you can do about it, unfortunately. I think Piranha Plant, for our first DLC character, is still underwhelming. I mean, Piranha Plant, out of all of our DLC, has been buffed the most, and it's funny because like you'd think it'd be like a Mewtwo thing in Smash 4, where Mewtwo was easily the most underwhelming Smash 4 DLC, but then he got buffed one day and suddenly he became a top, well, not a top tier, arguably a top tier threat. I mean, I think he was top tier, even though most people just say, hey, no, there's only 3 top tiers in this game. But, you know, he was crazy stupid, even though there was only like one person playing him, being Abadango, and I believe Wadi played him. But Mewtwo was crazy, you know, over the course of like one buff, I think it was too. Like one buff just changed that character drastically. Whereas like Piranha Plant has had several buffs, you know, and this up air one, it has invulnerability. That wasn't even in the patch notes. All right, they just left it in. They're just like, all right, we'll leave it in. You know what I mean? So it's like, Piranha Plant is very weak. I think it needs some buffs. It really does. Hopefully it does, because this is a funny character. I mean, for our first DLC character, I would like them to be a bit better. Overall, I would say that like, in terms of like all of our DLC so far, the only like underwhelming-ish characters are arguably like Banjo and Piranha Plant, maybe even Byleth, and even then with Byleth and Banjo's like super technical, and Byleth is like, how do I put it this way? It's just one of those characters where it's like you at first glance it may seem mad, but then that character is actually pretty good, all things considered. So, but with this character, it's like even with like even with tech like instant double jump or stuff like that, right? The character kind of blows, all things considered. That's not to, like I said, this character has strengths, but overall, it's like I wouldn't say that you would want to play Piranha Plant unless you find this character fun. I find Piranha Plant fun. I love playing Piranha Plant, but I still wouldn't. I would not recommend people playing this character. I've been playing this character for like a few good weeks at this point, and like a ton of matches. And people I play against who've never played against my Piranha Plant, it's like, whoa, like, what's going on? Like, why are you doing this? But then it's like, once they started realizing how to fight against it, it's like, oh man, now I'm starting to lose them. You know what I mean? Because that's just how this character is. That's how a lot of characters in Ultimate are, where it's just like, because not many people know how to play against them, they feel very strong at first, but once you get the handle of the matchup or whatever the case may be, you start realizing the character's weaknesses and flaws, and that's just how Piranha Plant is. So like I said, hopefully Plant gets bugged. Plant's a funny character. And with that, I think I'm going to end this analysis here. Thank you so much for watching. Please take care of yourself. Let's get to 1,000 subs before the end of the year. We know what that means. It means press the funny red button. Hey, Piranha Plant's red too, so there you go. Red for subscribe. Okay, I'm so sorry. I apologize. Oh yeah, this is a good down smash. I forgot to mention the smash attacks. This is quick. Pretty good for catching people. And this is strong. It has a sweet spot. You can tell. Because spiky head. Alright, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Take care of yourself. I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.
Coming through, partner, we can do this right. You're the fire, I'm the wind tonight. Burning dread, ha, just like